Beach, the senior, getting set to serve. She's Humboldt's libero, wearing the blue jersey, number 5 on the roster. Beach getting set to serve it over to the Algona side. Puts the ball in the air, and we are underway. Serve comes down the middle to Van Otterloo. It's up to the net. It's into the net, and Algona can't get it back over. 1-0 in favor of Humboldt. That pass into the front row looked to be intended for Elsbecker, but that one led all the way into the net. Not really a whole lot of room for Elsbecker or Schmidt up front to do anything with it. As Beach serves again, this one's low, and there will be an ace. Serve in front of Van Otterloo, went down to the knees to try to dig it out, but could not do a whole lot with that one, and Humboldt jumps down to the quick 2-0 lead over Algona. Humboldt and Algona, both teams that serve at about a 90% efficiency. Humboldt's gotten 175 aces as a team as Van Otterloo passes up to the front to Schmidt. Set near side for Carroll, angles it across the court. Humboldt gets it back over to the Algona side. Schmidt short set again, Carroll down the middle, there's a point for Algona. Carroll it off. 2-1 Humboldt as Algona goes side out and gets the serve here. It'll be Lillian Efferton, the senior, getting started.
Check your phone.
Efferton leading the Blue Longs this year with 44 aces. Out of the 131 Algona's recorded as a team. Down the middle, the serve goes to Beach. Up to the front, short set by Becker. Ball back to the Algona side. Elsbecker chasing it down out of bounds. Schmidt free ball in a minute to Beach in the center. Becker sets it towards the near side. Hard attack down the line, and it was out of play. Kayla Guyver trying to find that line on the near side, but could not, and it is now tied 2-2 here in set number 1. Efferton positioned just to the near side of the court, lobs the serve short over the net. Beach comes up to get it, up to Becker. Free ball over the net by Macy Barrington, the junior. Now Schmidt sets it for Algona. Carroll takes a hard swing right at the Beach, though, who plays it nicely. Set on the far side of the court to Schluter. Humboldt has it on their side. The angle across the court. Algona. Misfire again by Guyver. Looking for an opening there in the front row on the far side of the court, but directed and out of bounds, and Algona has scored 3 in a row here to start off the evening. 3-2. Algona now leading Humboldt. Maddie Thompson receives the serve. Tapped in the net by Shelby Hines. Schmidt up front for Algona, sets for Carroll. Carroll got a good steal. Senior Kaylee Carroll making her presence felt early, and Algona goes up 4-2. Very good start here in set number 1. Algona, as we mentioned, has not defeated Humboldt since 2017. Not only have they not defeated Humboldt, they've not won a set against Humboldt since that time. Short serve, nice diving save by Beach, though, for Humboldt. Hines plays it down the middle to Efferton. Schmidt up front. Perry taps it back over the net to Beach on the Humboldt side. Becker sets to the left for Schluter. She'll attack hard, and that'll be a point for Humboldt. Now making 4-3.
Kill by Schluter.
Making it 4-3 as Algona leads Humboldt by 1.
Even the serve.
Ball deflected all the way into the back of the Algona student section on the far side to the right of us. And Humboldt will be back on the serve here of Kayla Guyver, a senior. Humboldt's a very senior and junior-oriented team. The left-hander serves it into the back row to Van Otterloo. Tapped sideways to Efferton, and there will be a point for Humboldt.
2 hits.
2 hits called against Algona, and that will tie it up for all. 4-4 tie. Guyver, the left-hander, jumps up and serves it. It's a tumbling end-over-end serve that had a lot of sink on it. Schmidt chasing it down out of bounds, and the Blue Longs can't get it back over the net. Elsbecker's initial pass up to Schmidt led her way out of bounds. And not a whole lot Schmidt could have done in that one, as Humboldt goes up 5-4 here in the first set. Guyver serves to the back of the Van Otterloo. The pass beats Perry out of bounds, and that will make it 6-4 in favor of Humboldt. So Humboldt got the first 2 points of the night. Algona ripped off 4 in a row, but now Humboldt here on a little run of their own to go up 6-4. Guyver serves again, but it's from the to that. And now a 7-7 back to Algona. Blue Longs definitely had a little trouble there with the lefty serve. That's a good end-over-end rotation on it, but now it'll be the Blue Longs' turn here to throw their own lefty at it. Elsbecker angles the serve to the near side, but she pushed it out of bounds. Serving here for Algona. Missed it by maybe a foot that time. Elsbecker was on the far side. Algona student section trying to come all the way back to the near side. Right at about 10 foot depth beyond the net, but again, just guided down the bounds a little bit. So Macy Veronku, the junior, will serve it. Sends it to the far side to Ryan Haynes. Two players spar the net. The ball ends up back on the Humboldt side. Beach up to the front. Attack down the line by Thompson. Played nicely by Algona. Now sent to Perry on the near side. Far right-handed swing. Humboldt keeps the ball alive as the free ball is over the net by Thompson. And Humboldt. Thompson makes it 8-5. Humboldt in the lead here in set number 1. And Baranku will serve it up again. Right-hander angled just to the near side. Line drive to the net. Another service there. So both teams have picked up a couple of serves so far. And
Number 10, Natalie
8-6.
Price.
Humboldt leading Algona.
And number 9, Lady Van Tiger.
Lady Van Tiger comes in for
Van
Algona
Tiger
to serve.
serve.
Sophomore, 5 aces this season, serves into the back row to Beach, up to the front to Becker, sets it to one side, and an attack by Hines. Hines mark, and that'll be a point for Humboldt, making it 9-6.
The Bulldog lineup, number 8, Carroll.
Van Tiger will check out.
And also number 8, Wimpin.
Van Aert moves in right now for Algona, and heading back to serve for Humboldt, Shelby Hines, the senior. Hines sends it into the back row to Ryan Haynes, who backs up to get it. Up to the front to Schmidt. Perry spins it across the net to Becker on the Humboldt side. Set up on the far side. Thompson down the line. It goes to Van Otterloo for Algona. Hits it into the net. Schmidt plays it off the net and gets to the Perry. Perry free ball to the Humboldt back row. Deep attack coming from Humboldt, and there's a point for the Wildcats.
By Goober, point Wildcats.
Standing beyond the attack line that time. Sent it to the far side of the Algona defense. Picked up a point there to make it 10-6 Humboldt. Hines serves it into the back row to Effrington. Schmidt taps it over the net. Humboldt was ready for it though. Nice play by Thompson to recognize the Bulldogs getting it on the second hit. The swing attack though was long and out of play by Geiber. And out of play, so 10-7. Humboldt leading Algona. The Bulldogs pick up a point.
Perry to serve.
And the senior Layla Perry will serve it here. Perry sends a knuckleball over the net into the back row. It tips over the top of the net. No signal yet. Point Algona.
Point Bulldogs.
Ball landed out of bounds on the Algona side. I think the referees are thinking there just for a second as to whether Effrington tipped that one or not on its way out of bounds, but they said she did not, so the Bulldogs get a point there, and it's 10-8. And it's 10-9 as Perry will pick up serving ace. So a couple big points there for Algona, getting right back into it here.
Morgan Mann.
That'll make it 10-9 as Morgan Mann comes in for Humboldt. Sophomore replacing Baron Koo. Perry picking up ace number 25 of the season. And she'll send it over into Becker. To the far side. Tap back in the net. That pass up to the front was intended for Thompson, but Bulldogs were able to just stuff that back over and make it 10-10. Perry again, serving from the middle. Line drives towards the far side to Thompson. Bulldogs tap back over again, but Humboldt this time gets the free ball over the net to Algona. Schmidt at the net. Tips it over as a point for Algona. Schmidt just angled it past Thompson. And the Bulldogs take an 11-10 lead. Timeout Humboldt here in set number 1. So nice little run by Algona here. They've scored 5 in a row to make it 11-10. And entertaining matchup between these two teams so far. Bulldogs feel like they've improved a lot from last year and really even improved from the start of the season. And talking with head coach Missy Berkey about a week ago, I asked her how close she felt the team was to playing their peak volleyball as we get really close to the postseason. And she said, basically, we haven't played our peak volleyball yet, but we are very, very close. Just a couple of small things to tune up here and there. And the team
You're wondering what the bright shirts are in the crowd. It's a 16th birthday for Lady Van Tiger.
It's 2-1 from the Wildcats here heading into the postseason. Algona starts off the postseason on Monday, facing Astor Lincoln Central. That'll be on the road for Algona. Humboldt will have their postseason getting started. Class 4As, they'll host Spencer on Monday night as well, so hard to believe. Less than a week away from postseason volleyball action. A good regular season match to finish it off here. Balls up the net, and the Bulldogs can't get it back over. Effrington hitting that one into the net, and it's tied up at 11.
Becker to serve.
So 11-11 tie. It'll be Becker to serve it for Humboldt. The senior hits a hard line drive. Perry dives to go get it, but she hits it out of bounds, and there's a point for the Wildcats. That was a low line drive serve, just clearing over the top of the net. Perry came up, diving forward to try to go get it, but could not direct that one into bounds. In bounds, that is, and it is 12-11 Humboldt. Becker serves into the back row. Van Otterloo turning 180 to go get it. Got it up to Schmidt. Efferton angles across the court as Thompson plays it for Humboldt. Becker hits it backwards to Beach. Plays it over to the Algona side. Set to the near side. Efferton attacks down the line. But that'll be a point for Algona. Humboldt can't believe it. They let that one go, thinking that was heading out of bounds. But Efferton gets the point for the Bulldogs, and that will tie it up 12-12 here in the first set. That'll be Paige Schmidt serving it for Algona. Part of a very solid crew of sophomores. A lot of sophomores to the floor for Algona. They have 5 on their roster, and really all 5 of them rotate in pretty regularly as Schmidt serves. End over end into the back row to Beach. Becker up front, short set coming. Attacked by Wempen, and there's a kill.
By Becker. Point, Wildcats.
13-12 Humboldt, they go back on top here. Wempen came into tonight third on Humboldt in kills, and that's her first of the evening. As Addie Thompson back now to serve. Serves it down the middle to Van Otterloo. Schmidt sets it up. Attacked by Efferton, blocked to the net, but Perry was there to back it up. Schmidt sets Efferton again, aims towards the back row. Point for Algona. Net violation called against Humboldt, and we are tied up at 13.
Number 8, Carroll.
Kaylee Carroll coming in for Algona as Nashville Price takes a seat on the bench. And Van Otterloo will serve. Walks up to the line and serves it into the back row to Beach. Had to back up to go get it. Becker able to set it though. Tapped over the net, blocked back onto the Humboldt side. They're scrambling out of bounds. They've got one hit here to get it over the net, and they do with Becker. Becker up to Schmidt, attacked by Carroll. Nice save though by Addie Thompson right along the far side. Now attacking in the back row, and there's a point for Schluter. There was absolutely nobody home there in the back row for Algona in the middle. You had Van Otterloo on the far side, Perry on the near side, and Schluter just split the uprights that time to make it 14-13 Humboldt. Jenica Beach from the far side serves a knuckleball into the back row. It handcuffs Van Otterloo. Perry comes over there to bail her out. Punched over the net by Carroll, back to the Humboldt side. Hard left-handed swing coming from Geiber for Humboldt. Blocked by Algona, but the second opportunity is a point for Humboldt. That was Hines off the deflection, getting the kill, making it 15-13 in favor of Humboldt. Set number 1 action. So 15-13 Humboldt. Beach jump serves it again. Knuckleball comes to Perry in the near corner. Schmidt right up at the net, and that'll be a point for Humboldt. Net violation against Algona. And Perry trying to pass it up to front to Schmidt, just led her all the way into the net. And Schmidt just did not have any room to go get that one. Bulldogs called for the net violation as Humboldt leads at 16-13. Van Otterloo receives the serve in the back row. Schmidt passes it to Carroll. Oh, Carroll for hard kill. Hit it right into Schluter. That was coming in straight at her face. Just had to stick up the hands in self-defense, but deflected the ball straight down. And that'll make it 16-14. Bulldogs break up that mini run there from Humboldt, but they still trailed by 2 here, 16-13, as Efferton will be back on the serve. She serves a missile into the back row to Thompson, who plays it nicely. Schluter attacks, and Schluter gets the kill. Sent it right down the line. Had a little bit too much smoke on it there for Van Otterloo, and Humboldt up by 3 here at 17-14. Gieber serving it. Kayla Gieber, the senior, serves it, and that'll be an ace. Handcuffed Elsbecker that time, and it's 18-14 Humboldt. So Bulldogs will take a timeout here, down 18-14, and this is a spot that Coach Berkey likes to use those timeouts. It's pretty similar to their last North Central Conference match against Clarion Goldfield Dow's last Thursday. There's kind of this point in the match a couple of times where Clarion Goldfield Dow's was able to pull away and go on a run, and this late in a set, it's tough to come back if you let the opposing team go on any sort of sizable run. So down by 4 here, 18-14. Bulldogs trying not to let this one get any further away, but nice kill on that last play by Gieber. Again, just didn't take a full swing necessarily, but hit it perfectly right down the line. And Elsbecker could not quite save that one for Algona, so Humboldt up 18-14 here in the first set of this North Central Conference battle. Bulldogs, as we mentioned, have the home tournament action on Saturday to continue tuning up for the postseason. Visit Esterville Lincoln Central on Monday in the first postseason match. As coming out of the timeout, it'll be Gieber to serve it. The left-hander jumps up and serves it end over end, and there's an ace. Dropped it perfectly in front of Efferton and Elsbecker, and that'll make it 19-14 Humboldt. Both times Gieber's served tonight, she has given Algona a lot of problems. She's picked up a couple aces. The Bulldogs have looked a little disjointed trying to return the lefty's serve. This time she spins it into the back row. It's off the hands of Efferton and out of bounds. There's another ace, and it's 20-14 Humboldt. That one had some wicked lateral spin on it. Efferton just in the center of the Bulldog back row had that one just shoot off her hands and out of bounds. Tough to keep that serve in play. Serves it to Efferton again. Efferton plays it over the net on that first hit. It's a set to the near side. Coming across is Hines. Bulldogs able to save it. Schmidt free ball back over the net. And miscommunication on Humboldt's side. Point for Algona. It was Addie Thompson and Mia Schluter in the same area. Both of them laid off the ball at first, and then Thompson tried to reach in at the last minute to save it, but neither of them really communicated on who was going to take that one. And that results in a point for Algona. 20-15, Humboldt still leading. Elsbecker serves it. The set coming to Schluter, but her attack is long and way out of play. That'll make it 20-16 Algona. Schluter long on that attack. And Elsbecker will serve it again. Takes the long approach, serves it towards the near side, down to the knees to play it is Gieber, up into the front row, Becker. From the attack line, it's Thompson, hits it into the Algona back row. Ball is up in the ceiling, and Humboldt's going to get the point here. 2 hits called against Algona, and it's 21-16 in favor of Humboldt. Ryan Haynes gets set to check in for Algona as she'll replace Elsbecker. Morgan Mann coming in for Humboldt. Sophomore Mann getting set to serve here. Bounces the ball a couple times on the hardwood. Serves in the back corner to Haynes. Carroll attacks. Humboldt ready for it. Backer over the net into the back row to Van Otterloo. Receives it for Algona. Now Perry pushes it over the net, and there's a point for Algona. 21-17, Bulldogs down by 4. Perry saw Beach in the back row, kind of isolated that time. Aimed it to the Beach's right. And Beach made a good diving attempt to try to get to that one, but just good directional hitting by Layla Perry, so 21-17. As Lainey Van Tiger serves a knuckleball over the net to Beach. Becker sets it left for Thompson, attacks the net, blocked back onto the Humboldt side. Ball is batted and kept alive by the Wildcats, and hit into the net. On the third hit, Gieber took the left-handed swing, but hit a little bit too down on that one. And the Bulldogs get another point, making it 21-18. So Algona clawing their way back into it here, down by 3 in set number 1. Van Tiger serves it down the line on the near side. Received by Gieber. Far side, Thompson attacking. Into Van Tiger, hits the free ball over the net. Handcuffed her a little bit. Hines takes a swing. It deflects oddly over to the Algona side. Hit a little bit of a knuckleball there. Humboldt tacks back to the Bulldogs. Haynes hits it up into the ceiling. Elsbecker comes over and plays the free ball to Hines on the Humboldt side. Becker sets it left for Thompson. Pushes it over the net, and she found the perfect spot. Thompson had her body turned 180, kind of side to the net that time, but saw an opening on the near side of Algona's defense in the front row and placed that one perfectly, making it 22-18 Humboldt. And that'll be Hines serving. The right-hander serves it to Haynes in the back row, hits it straight up in the air to Schmidt. Schmidt to Perry, pushes it towards the back row, but she pushed it long, and that'll make it 23-18. Humboldt a couple points away here from taking set number 1. 23-18 as Hines stands all the way back. Jump serves the line drive low, and there's an ace. Haynes tried to dive up and go get that one, but didn't judge that serve super well initially. Couldn't quite take that quick step forward to get up to it, and had to just dive at the last minute. So 24-18, set point for Humboldt. Schmidt sets to Perry. Perry attacks. It's blocked. Bulldogs bat it and keep it alive. And then it drops on the Algona side. Point for Humboldt, 25-18, as the Wildcats take set number 1. Rashleigh Price made a nice save initially, but off her hit, no one was ready for that from the Bulldogs to come over and save it. So 25-18, Humboldt takes set number 1, and they lead 1-0 here as we head to the second. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to high school football on hometown, or high school volleyball, that is, on hometown radio, KLGA.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these sports club members.
American Glass, for all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
White Hurt Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
All proud sponsors of this broadcast.
More Sport Club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeb's Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeb's.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penny and Company CPA, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
As we come back to Algona High School, Humboldt leads Algona 1-0 here on Hometown Radio, KLGA. Algona Wildcats taking the first set 25-18. And they got that late lead, held on to it. Bulldogs got up to within 3 a couple of times, but Humboldt will keep pulling away after that. And the Bulldogs will have to find a way to figure out the serving of Humboldt. Especially Kayla Gieber gave Algona some trouble there in the first set. Algona on the serve, attacked by Humboldt, and there's a point for the Wildcats. That is Shelby Hines getting the kill, and it's 1-0 Humboldt to start it off. Here's Gieber. Gieber's left-handed serve has been a nightmare for Algona. She can spin it very well as she sends a rotating serve back to Efferton. Nice pass to Schmidt, set to Perry. Perry's attack is a little bit long and beyond the baseline. 2-0 in favor of Humboldt. Well, that time a little bit better job playing the serve. Efferton had a good pass initially up to Schmidt, and Schmidt got Perry in a good spot for an attack, but just a little bit long there. It's 2-0 Humboldt, and Gieber serves that one into the net. That'll make it 2-1. Humboldt leading Algona. Gieber definitely has a little velocity on those serves, but that is the one issue. She has been prone here tonight to get a couple of serving errors from time to time and give it back to Algona. A set to the far side of the court by Humboldt. Blocked the net point for Algona. It was Kaylee Carroll that time, stopping via Schluter. I believe Humboldt got called for a net violation anyways, but Carroll was up there set to block that one, so that'll tie it at 2. And it'll be the senior Lily Elsbecker to serve it. Elsbecker from the back corner shoots a line drive into the back row to Beach. Left-handed attack that time from Gieber on the Algona side, tipped over by Carroll, and Carroll kept it in play to make it 3-2 Algona. Just tapped it down the line on the far side. That one found the red paint, indicating the out-of-bounds line. Perfectly placed by Carroll. Bulldogs 3 points in a row here to go up 3-2. Elsbecker hits an end-over-end serve, tipping off the top of the net. Thompson stays with it. The set for Schluter, tipped the net by the Bulldogs, kept alive. Schmidt hits it straight up in the air to Elsbecker, pushes it back to the Humboldt side. Beach in the center of the Humboldt offense, attacked down the line by Thompson. Kept alive by the Bulldogs. Van Otterloo to Efferton into the back row, but that one is a little bit longer down to play. Efferton did not miss by much. Missed by about 6 inches there, but that'll tie it up at 3 as Humboldt gets the point. Schluter heads to the bench. Morgan Mann comes in to serve for Humboldt. Mann recording 10 aces so far this season. And serve is a line drive into the back row, fielded by Van Otterloo. Now here's Carroll pushing it down the line for Algona, back onto the Humboldt side. Far side of the court, Thompson attacks, blocked right back onto the Humboldt side. Paige Schmidt had her hands all over that one, and that'll make it 4-3 in favor of Algona. Schmidt and Carroll setting up on that far side and timed it up perfectly as Lady Van Tiger comes into the game. Getting set to serve here. Van Tiger walks up and serves it towards the near side to Thompson. Free ball over the net, but that is going to give Algona some problems, and the Bulldogs can't get it back over. There was a little hesitation there for Algona, and that was one of those tweener balls that kind of ends up in between everyone, and Ryan Haynes made a last-minute dive there to try to play it, but Bulldogs could not get that one back over, and it's tied up at 4. Serve to Van Otterloo, tries to dive to get it. Got it up to Schmidt. Perry attacks, but Perry had a little bit too much juice on that one and hit it long beyond that back corner on the near side, making it 5-4 Humboldt. Perry's taken a couple ferocious swings tonight, but just a little bit too much on that one. Van Otterloo receives the serve, passes it to Schmidt, tapped over by Perry. Humboldt scrambles a little bit here, but they've got one more hit to play with. Becker free ball into the back row of the Algona defense. Now Perry tips it over the net. Humboldt ready for it as Thompson hits it. Now Thompson again pushes it back into the back row to Efferton. Schmidt set for Price, blocked the net. Algona dives and keeps it alive with Van Otterloo. Perry punches it over. It'll pinball a couple of times, and Humboldt got it back over. A great play by Thompson on that one-handed diving effort. Perry again. Humboldt tips it back to Algona again. Turning into a nice volley here. Here's Perry attacking, and Perry finally gets the kill. That'll tie it up at 5. Long volley there going in Algona's favor as Layla Perry finishes it off. And now Perry will serve coming off of that one. Layla Perry, one of 5 Algona seniors being honored tonight on senior night. Serves it to Mann, and Beach can't dive and save that one. Ball deflected sideways off of Mann's palms. Beach tried to curl around to the near sideline and go get that one, but that'll make it 6-5 in favor of Algona. Here's Perry again. Serves a line drive just over the top of the net. Received by Gieber. Punched over the net by the Wildcats. Schmidt sets it up. Near side Efferton. Attack tipped to the net. Nice diving save there by Mann for Humboldt. It's hit over the net by Gieber. In the front row, it's Schmidt. Attack by Efferton. Humboldt staves off another run. Far side of the court, Thompson flips one over and she'll get it. One for Humboldt. Thompson saw an opening there in the center of the Algona defense. Hit that one just a couple feet beyond the attack line on the Algona side. And that'll tie it up 6-6. As Livy Becker, the senior, gets set to serve it. Standing on the near side of the court as she runs up and jump serves it. Just clearing over the net. Van Otterloo up to Schmidt. Attacked by Najee Price. But that one is going to be a point for Algona. Price looked like she hit that one long, but one of the Humboldt players tipped that at the net. And that'll make it 7-6 Algona. Bulldogs back up by 1 as they trail 1-0. Humboldt winning the first set 25-18. Bulldogs up 7-6 here as Schmidt hits a rainbow serve into the middle of the Humboldt defense. Hard attack coming by Weapon, and there's a kill for Humboldt. That'll tie it up 7-7.
Wildcat lineup number 7, Schluter.
Schluter comes in for Humboldt. Mann heads to the bench as Annie Thompson serves. The senior hits a rocket into the back row. Van Otterloo gets it nicely up to Schmidt. Attacked by Efferton, but she gets it into the net. That set by Schmidt appeared to be a little behind Efferton. She had to contort to go get that one and did not have a great angle of attack that time, so that'll make it 8-7. Humboldt leading by 1. Thompson serve, it tips off the top of the net. Efferton stays with it. Near side, Elsbecker. Her attack is tipped at the net by the Wildcats. To the far side of the court, Schluter into the back row, and there's a point for Humboldt. Second time tonight, Schluter has split the uprights that is between Algona's 2 back row defenders, and that'll make it 9-7. Schluter with great vision from that position in the front row on the far side of the court. Thompson hits another rocket ball, that one tipping off the net though. Bulldogs stay with it, Price pushing it over the net. Gieber to the near side, Becker. Attack by Schluter is blocked by Algona. And that'll make it 9-8, point for the Bulldogs.
Point Wildcats.
Oh, check that, point for the Wildcats. I think possibly net violation there for the Bulldogs. So point for the Wildcats, 10-7 Humboldt. Schmidt to the near side, Elsbecker. Floats one over the top, but that one is a little bit long and beyond the baseline. Elsbecker trying to sneak one behind the back row of the Humboldt defense, but got a little bit underneath that one, and Coach Berkey will take a timeout for Algona as the Bulldogs trail 11-7 here in the second set. Bulldogs are up 7-6, but this is a 5-0 run by Humboldt. And a well-placed timeout by Coach Berkey, just trying to pour a little cold water on this Humboldt run. Volleyball definitely is a game of momentum, and once a team starts feeling it like Humboldt is right now, you kind of see it on their side. Players, they have some good chatter going on, high-fiving after the play, a lot of energy after each point, so Algona is going to try to snuff that out and talk things over here in the timeout. Bulldogs keep targeting that back row, but we've seen 3 or 4 recent points here where they've just hit it about a foot or two too far beyond that back row, and again, it's those inches that make all the difference. And right now, going in Humboldt's favor here as they lead 11-7. Right now, Schluter leading the way for Humboldt. 5 kills. As coming out of the timeout, it'll be Thompson serving. Thompson jump serves another line drive into the back row. Bulldogs play it. Schmidt up to Effrington. It's at the net, and Effrington can't get it over. Drilled that one into the top of the net, and the Bulldogs run out of hits as it's 12-7. Well, Humboldt definitely has a couple people who can bring some real heat on the serves. We talked about Gieber earlier, but Thompson comes in with some strong velocity, but that time a little bit too strong because there's a serving error. Thompson hit that one a good 5 or 6 feet beyond the baseline, and the Bulldogs get one back. 12-8, Humboldt in the lead as the sophomore Van Otterloo serves. Van Otterloo hits a tumbling serve into the back row. Here's the set to the near side. Gieber, hard left-handed attack, and she got it. 13-8 Humboldt. Well, that is a tough angle for a lefty to take. Gieber standing on her right side of the court, but has to attack that left hand, her dominant hand, but still somehow angled it across the court, kept it in play, and makes it 13-8 as Humboldt is back up by 5. Jenica Beach lobs a knuckleball into the back row of the Algona defense. Effrington attacks. Becker hits it back over the net to the Algona side. Effrington tried to sneak one over the net, but she hit it right into the net, and that'll make it 14-8 Humboldt. Effrington raced right up to the net. She kind of crouched down like she was going to get underneath that one and just floated over the top of the Humboldt front row, but could not get it over the top of the net, and it's 14-8 Humboldt. Effrington up to Schmidt off the serve. Perry attacks from the line. Received by Thompson. Pushed back over the net by Algona. Now Hines hits it over to Perry on the Algona side. Schmidt to Effrington. Floats it over the top. Oh, a nice lunging save by Becker for Humboldt. Far side of the court, Schluter aims into the back row, but Van Otterloo's there for Algona. Schmidt hits it straight up in the air. Carroll attacking. Thompson retrieving it for Humboldt. Schluter attacks again into the back row. It handcuffs Perry, and there's a point for Humboldt. That one came in at a tough angle for Perry to play. About head high, a line drive. She tried to stick up the right hand and just punch the ball up in the air, but couldn't really get a whole lot of air underneath that one. And Humboldt on a serious run. They're up 15-8 right now. Humboldt tries to stave off another Algona attack, but this time it'll be a kill for Effrington. Effrington just powered that one right down the line, attacked into Thompson for Humboldt, and that ball shot out of bounds all the way to the near side. So 15-9, Algona getting a point here, trailing by 6 against Humboldt. Effrington serves it short, and that's a little bit too short and into the net. Point for Humboldt off the serving error, and it's 16-9 Wildcats. Humboldt in the middle of a 10-2 run right now. Algona was up 7-6, but again, Humboldt scoring 10 of the last 12 as Gieber serves. Van Otterloo goes down to a knee to retrieve it. Perry pushes it across the court. A nice diving save, though, by Schluter. Ball back to the Algona Bulldogs. Attack by Carroll. Blocked at the net. That looked to be Hines for Humboldt, getting her hands on that one and making it 17-9 Wildcats. So now an 11-2 run ongoing here. Serving in by Gieber into the back row for Algona. Carroll attacks right at the net, and there's a kill for Algona. Nice short set by Paige Schmidt that time. Put it right into the nitro zone of Kaylee Carroll, and that'll make it 17-10. Bulldogs back down by 7 here. As Elsbecker serves, spins it across the court. Coming up to get it is Gieber. Attack in the net, blocked by Algona, but kept alive by Humboldt. Becker sets the Schluter, blocked again. Ball pinballs back over to the Algona side as Perry attacks. Tipped at the net, Humboldt keeps it alive. Becker short set, Hines attacks and Hines kills. Humboldt had 3 attack opportunities on that volley, but finally on the third one it was Hines recording the kill. That will make it 18-10 in favor of Humboldt. So 1-0, 18-10, both in Humboldt's favor. As Morgan Mann will serve. Here is Mann. Sends it into the back row to Effrington. Schmidt sets for Perry. Perry's attack is blocked! And there's another point for Humboldt. Double block there by Becker and Hines for Humboldt. And Algona will learn another timeout, now down 19-10. And this is definitely what Humboldt can do to a team. They can go on a big run. It's not necessarily just one person serving. They just want a line of people who can serve really, really well. You talk about what Mann's doing right now, serving really well. Geber and Thompson have both given Humboldt a few issues tonight, and Humboldt just has everything up near the net. They blocked a couple attack attempts for Algona, and they have the Bulldogs frustrated right now, down 19-10, and already trailing 1-0 as Humboldt tries to take a commanding 2-0 lead here on the road. Bulldogs coming out of the timeout. Mann waiting patiently, getting set to serve here. So Bulldogs have burned their last time out of the set. Mann serves into the back corner to Haynes, passes it up to Schmidt. Carroll attacks. Nice diving save by Beach, but she hit it out of bounds. There's a point for Algona, 19-11, so always a good way to come out of the timeout. Bulldogs at least stymie the Humboldt momentum briefly here, and it'll be Van Tiger coming in to serve.
Real quick if you wanted. Not all the time, just maybe once or twice.
Van Tiger serves it right into the middle of the Humboldt defense. Geber up to Becker. Thompson attacks, and Thompson is blocked. And as Paige Schmidt and Najee Price combining for the block that time for Algona. So back-to-back points coming out of the timeout. 19-12 the score right now as Van Tiger will serve it again. Van Tiger serves to the back far corner to Thompson. Up to Becker. Hines comes across to attack. Ball goes to Van Tiger, gets it to Efferton. Perry attacks into the back row, and Humboldt can't get it back over. Perry hit it directly at Mann. Mann couldn't really get a lot of air underneath that ball, and now their teammates will come in to save it, so that'll make it 19-13. 3 points in a row here from Algona. Van Tiger serves into the near corner. Humboldt tries to sneak one over. Bulldogs ready for it. Right at the net, Perry goes underhand to hit it back over, and there's a point for Humboldt. Net violation called against Algona, and Humboldt up 20-13. Shelby Hines will serve here. Hines, one of the 6 seniors on the Humboldt roster, serves and that one's into the net. Serving air for Humboldt. Bulldogs get a big point. 20-14 as Perry comes in to serve. Perry wearing the bright blue shoes, comes up and serves it. Line drive down the middle, fielded by Geber. Becker sets it left, attacked by Thompson, and there's a point for Humboldt. Boy, Thompson with a ferocious kill that time. Van Otterloo slid on her knees into the back corner, but that ball shot off her hands and nearly decapitated someone in the student section. That came in with a lot of heat, not just off the hands of Thompson, but that came in with a lot of heat off the hands of Van Otterloo as well, as it deflected on the bounds. 21-14, Humboldt leading. Serve comes to Perry as she passes up to Schmidt. Short set to Price, but Price hammers it into the net. 22-14, Humboldt pulling away here in the second set.
Becker to serve.
And Becker will be serving here. Becker aims toward the back row. Van Otterloo goes overhand at the last minute to play it. Price, free ball over the net to Beach. Short set, hard attack by Wempen, and there's the kill. Set by Becker, kill by Wempen, and it's 23-14 Humboldt. 2 points away here from closing out the second set. Bulldogs are going to need a serious run here to get back into it. Becker jump serves end over end as Perry dives to go get it. Schmidt sets it up for Efferton. Efferton attacks, but that one is long. Missed that baseline by a couple of inches, and it's 24-14 Humboldt. Set point. Humboldt leading 1-0, 24-14. Becker serves it end over end to Van Otterloo. Up into the net, Schmidt to Price. Price taps it back over, but there's a point for Humboldt. A lift is called against Algona, and the Wildcats take the second set 25-14. So Humboldt right now for commanding 2-0 lead as the Bulldogs will try to regroup and take set number 3. Coming up next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
More sports club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country. Highway 18 West.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all of your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding and Voigt CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprise. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
All sports club members bringing you this broadcast. High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be a part of our community for over 125 years with offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Jensen Chiropractic, care for the whole family.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair, service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oak Crest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, collision specialist, a total commitment to excellence.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
It's Humboldt 2, Algona nothing as we go to the third set. Blue Longs will try to avoid a 3-0 sweep at the hand of the Wildcats here from Algona High School. But it's been tough sledding so far for Algona, losing set number 1, 25-18, set number 2, 25-14, and Humboldt, we've mentioned it a couple times tonight, but boy, they just have a couple people who can serve with a lot of velocity and keep the Bulldogs back on their heels defensively. So Algona will try to regroup here and take the third set. Humboldt leading it 2-0 as it'll be Jenica Beach serving here. Beach floats one over the net, and we're underway in the third set. Schmidt sets it to the near side. Carroll, she'll punch it over the net back to the Humboldt side. Beach sets it up for Thompson. Hard attack. Played nicely though by Van Otterloo. Schmidt slides to go get it, but after her hit, it's off the hands of Etherington and out of bounds. Well, that all happened because of the attack by Thompson. Even though Van Otterloo was able to go over and go get it, Bulldogs were in scramble mode the whole time there. And Humboldt will go up 1-0 here to start off the third set. Beach on the far side, angles the serve back towards the near side. Perry passes to Schmidt, pushed over the net by Carroll, back to the Wildcats. Becker gets to Gieber, over the net to the Bulldogs, tapped by Elsbecker. Ball deflects back to the Bulldogs side. Perry hits it over. Ball's up near the ceiling for Humboldt. Schluter back to Thompson. Thompson attacking from deep. Van Otterloo gets turned around but plays it up to Schmidt. Now Elsbecker hits it back to Humboldt, right in the center of their defense. Becker at the net, tapped over by Hines, and that'll be a point for Algona as Hines couldn't keep it in play. Becker kind of line drived it over to Hines that time, and Hines had to reach out with the tip of her fingers just to tip it over the net. She could barely reach that one, and she could not keep it in bounds, as that'll tie it up 1-1 here. Etherington serves. Schluter attacks for Humboldt into the back row, and that one handcuffs Etherington, and Humboldt goes back up 2-1.
Point, Wildcats.
So that is a kill for Schluter, who has picked up quite a few of those so far tonight.
Gieber to serve.
As Gieber will serve. Gieber's left-handed serve will result in an ace. Well, she buried that one perfectly in the center of the Algona defense. Etherington was in the back row there, would have had to make a really big lunge up to go get that one, but great serve that time by Gieber. Gieber has by far given Algona the most trouble of anyone serving for Humboldt. As she'll line drive that one to Van Otterloo. Up to Schmidt, attack, tipped over by Perry, and that one will be in play. Point for Algona. The referees hesitated for a long time that time, trying to decide if that was in or out. We're waiting for the call there from the line judge, but it goes in Algona's favor, and they pick up a point here, 3-2, as Humboldt leads, but always big to get Gieber off the serving line. Elsbecker serves, and that one's off the top of the net and stays on the Algona side, so serving air for Elsbecker. Did not get the friendly hometown bounce that time, and Humboldt up 4-2 here in the third set. And we'll check in for Humboldt to serve. The right-hander serves it into the back corner to Ryan Haynes. Deflects sideways. A couple of Bulldogs bump into each other as Perry hits it into the center of the back row to Beach. Back over the net to the Algona side. Here's Schmidt sending it up the near side. Perry. Hard attack, and there's a point for Algona. Deflected off a couple Wildcats that time. I believe it was Gieber with the initial touch for Humboldt. And that pinballed its way right for the Humboldt defense. 4-3 Wildcats as the Bulldogs pull back within one. Lady Van Tiger serving. Van Tiger spins it off her palms. Serves to Beach in the back row. Becker has to race over to go get that one. From the attack line, Gieber into the back row. Van Tiger tapped into the net by Najee Price. Humboldt keeps it alive. Beach into the front row, Thompson. Thompson softly tips it over back to Algona. Schmidt to Price. Price, another soft tap, but Humboldt plays it. Now Thompson attacks across the court to Effrington. Schmidt sets it near side for Perry. Perry attacks, and the ball's into the net. Point for Algona. Humboldt had trouble receiving that hit from Perry. Came in with a lot of smoke that time, and Beach's pass up to the front was off its mark, and that'll tie it up at 4. And Tiger serves into the back row to Beach. Becker sets it far side, Thompson. Thompson down the line, and there's a point for Humboldt. Thompson took a little off that one, but perfectly found the back corner. And Humboldt going up 5-4. So 2-0, 5-4 as Humboldt leads in set number 3. Ball will be returned over to the Humboldt side as Hines will get set to serve it here. Again, 5-4 Humboldt.
Hines to serve.
Here's Hines jump serving it. Van Otterloo slides up to get it. Schmidt sets it to the far side. Perry taps it over the top and scores it. Thompson and Wempen both crept up to the net that time for Humboldt. Perry saw that and just played it right over the top of their heads, and that'll tie it up at 5. Alayla Perry will serve it again for Algona. 5-5 tie. Perry serves a hard line drive right into the middle of the Gieber. Over the net, Price takes a hard swing. Ball's back on the Humboldt side. Thompson aims for the back row, but it's long and out of play. Bulldogs go up 6-5. Well, last serve from Perry. It's very good. One of the strongest serves we've seen from her tonight. As she gets another line drive, that one's a little bit too low as that one will find the netting. And it'll tie it up 6-6. So serving here for Algona. And Becker will serve now for Humboldt. Becker jump serves, hits it into the middle of the back row to Van Otterloo. Schmidt backs up, gets it to Price. Price tips it over the top and gets the point for Algona. Once again, Price saw 2 Humboldt defenders just creep right up to the net. Had that good vision to float it over the top and give the Bulldogs back a 7-6 lead. Bulldogs also led 7-6 in the second set. That was right when Humboldt went on a big run, so the Bulldogs will try to flip the script this time as Wempen attacks and Wempen kills. Boy, perfect short set that time by Becker. And Wempen took a full healthy swing at that one as she aimed for that back corner, and that'll make it a 7-7 tie.
Thompson to serve.
Wempen, the junior, picking up a kill as Thompson will now serve it. Thompson, another strong right-handed server for Humboldt. Serves it low. Van Otterloo up to Elsbecker, right at the net. Ball's on the Humboldt side, and then it drops back over on the Algona side. Schluter hit the ball pretty much straight up in the air. I think the Bulldogs thought that ball would drop back on the Humboldt side, but it fell straight down. It stayed on the Algona side, and that'll make it 8-7 Humboldt. Thompson serves in the back corner. Perry, that's off her hands. Price tracks it down out of bounds, hits it back to Perry. Perry free ball over the net to the Wildcats. Becker sets it up. Wempen blocked the net back to the Humboldt side. Ball in the ceiling. Wempen attacks. Perry goes down to her back to save that one. Schmidt back to Perry. Perry attacks. Tipped a couple times by Humboldt. They tap it back over the net, but blocked by Price. Humboldt is going to get called for a lift here anyways, and that'll tie it up at 8. Point for Algona, 8-8 tie, and Van Otterloo will serve. Van Otterloo end over end serve into the back row. Hard attack down the line by Humboldt, and there's the point. Gieber got the full left-handed swing that time, pulled it down the line on the near side, and makes it 9-8 in favor of Humboldt.
Hines in the Wildcat lineup. Beach to serve.
And it's back over to Beach to serve it for Humboldt. Beach dribbles the ball twice off the hardwood. Jumps up and serves a knuckleball to Van Otterloo in the back row. Passing up to Schmidt, sending it far side for Els Efferton, that is. Ball sits on top of the net, falls to the Humboldt side. Now Wempen attacks, and Wempen gets the kill. One of the Bulldogs tipped that one right at the net, and that'll make it 10-8 Humboldt. Here's Beach again. Jumps up and serves it this time to the near side to Perry. Hits it across the court to Efferton. Right back to Perry. Perry hard right-handed swing, but that one is long. And it is out of play beyond the baseline. 11-8 Humboldt. So Bulldogs went up 7-6, but Humboldt right now on a 5-1 scoring run. Floated over the net to Perry. Make it a 5-2 scoring run, actually. And now 6-2 as Carroll on that third hit for Algona headed into the top of the net. Ball bounced back to the Algona side, and it's 12-8 Humboldt. So Wildcats on a 6-2 run here. Floated over the net on the serve. Efferton to Schmidt, back to Perry just beyond the attack line. Hits it hard into the back row to Beach. Now Thompson attacking for Humboldt. Down the line, and there's another kill. Thompson got a full head of steam, got a full run of that run. And she'll make it 13-8. Wildcats waiting as the Bulldogs will take another timeout here. 13-8. The Humboldt lead right now, as we mentioned. Algona went up 7-6, but this has been the exact spot Humboldt's gone on the run pretty much in each of the 3 sets. Bulldogs have taken an early lead, but they've never led by more than 2 points in this set. They were up 4-2 at one point, and then 7-6 was their last lead as Humboldt tied it up at 7. They took the lead, and so far they have not relinquished it. So Bulldogs have their back against the wall here in the third set, down 13-8, trailing 2-0 as Humboldt took the first set 25-18, second set 25-14. Here in this final North Central match of the regular season. As we mentioned, Bulldogs will face Estill Lincoln Central on Monday night. Humboldt facing Spencer in the first round of the playoffs. So the timeout wraps up, and Beach will serve again for Humboldt. Beach has been serving for a substantial time. She serves with a little more finesse as she hits another knuckleball into the back row. Perry attacks for Algona. Thompson tipped over the net by Hines, but Hines guided it out of bounds. And that'll be a point for Algona, making it 13-9. Hines was the second hit for Humboldt and tried to hit the no-look ball over the net to fool Algona, but could not keep it in play as Efferton serves towards the far side. Becker straight up in the air. Schluter attacks, but blocked to the net. Stays on the Humboldt side. Now Gieber takes a hard swing. Schmidt hits it all the way up into the ceiling, and that one will drop out of bounds.
See if we're still on.
14-9 Humboldt. Gieber picking up the kill.
Gieber to serve.
Humboldt continuing to gradually pull away here in the third set, up 14-9. And the serve will go out of play. That is Gieber serving it out, making it 14-10, point for the Bulldogs. And boy, that is big. Gieber tonight. She's given Algona a lot of problems serving-wise, but she's also had the most serving errors of anyone on Humboldt. As Hines attacks and Hines kills. Boy, perfect set that time by Livy Becker, and Hines drilled that one straight down into the center of the Bulldog defense. 15-10 Humboldt. As Ryan Haynes will check in. Els Becker heads to the bench for Algona. And Schluter serves it here. Into the back row to Haynes. Schmidt tracks the ball down, gets it to Carroll, and Carroll hits it into the net. 16-10 Humboldt. Wildcats continue to pull away. They are on a 10-3 scoring run right now. And it'll be Mia Schluter to serve. The freshman serves back to Haynes. Schmidt sets it up for Perry. Perry attacks. Ball's into the net again, and there's another point for Humboldt. So 17-10 right now is the Humboldt score. They are in the lead. Schluter from the center of the court walks up and serves it again into the back row to Haynes. Up to Schmidt, near side to Perry. Perry attacks, but that attack is long and out of play, and it's 18-10 Humboldt. So far, coming out of the timeout, Humboldt has kept the momentum, and Algona is going to use another timeout here. So with that timeout, we'll take a quick one as well and come back for the rest of set 3 next on Hometown Radio KLGA.
More sports club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock Sales. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic. Animals large and small, they love them all.
Signworks for all your signage needs as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Style Salon. Your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
All proud sponsors of this broadcast.
It's Humboldt 18, Algona 10 as we play in set number 3. Humboldt with a 2-0 lead as the Wildcats serve. It's Schmidt for Algona, gives it to Perry. Perry attacks, but Beach hits it straight up in the air in the back row. Now Becker goes to Thompson. Down the line, back to Van Otterloo on the Algona side. Schmidt shorts at the Carroll, punches it over the net, back to Humboldt. Becker again, Hines hits it across the court to Algona. Perry attacks down the line, and there will be a point for Algona. 18-11, Alayla Perry getting the kill. And Bulldogs getting the serve back as Van Tiger comes in. Lainey Van Tiger spins the ball in her palm, serves it into the back row. Humboldt has Thompson on the attack, and she'll get the kill. Bulldogs set up 2 players to try to block at that time, but the ball deflected off their hands and out of bounds. Schmidt and Price near the net that time. And it's 19-11 in favor of Humboldt. Humboldt trying to close it out 3-0. Hines serves a spinning serve into the back row. Van Otterloo goes to get it. Perry punches it over the net back to the Wildcats. Becker sets it straight up in the air. Gieber attacks. Haynes does a nice job saving that one. Now Perry attacks the other way, and there's a kill for Alayla Perry. Make it 19-12. Perry just planting that one in the center of the court on the Humboldt side as now she'll get the serve. Perry line drive on the serve, and Humboldt can't get it back over. Pinballed a few times around the Humboldt defense, but Alayla Perry able to give Algona another point, making it 19-13. Here's another line drive from Perry, tipping off the top of the net as Thompson stays with it. Becker sets it back to Thompson, attacks down the line, and that's off the hands of Van Otterloo and out of bounds. That one goes shooting into the stands. We've seen that 2 or 3 times tonight where a Thompson attack has just been hit so hard it cascades off the hands of one of the Bulldog players and shoots into the stands. So 20-13 is the Humboldt lead. Becker serves it into the net. That'll be a point for Algona, 20-14.
Bulldog lineup number 2, Elsbecker.
Again, Humboldt,
To serve.
they bring some velocity on their serves, but if you're patient enough, they'll definitely throw a few serving errors as they have tonight so far, but overall that has not hurt their cause too much, leading 2-0. As attacked by Wempen, blocked back onto the Humboldt side, and they can't get it back over. 20-15, Bulldogs trying to creep back into it here in the 3rd set. As Schmidt will now serve for Algona. Schmidt angles it towards the far side of the court. Becker sets it up for Gieber. Gieber pulls it out of bounds, and there's another point for Algona. 20-16, and the Bulldogs are back down by 4, and Humboldt will quickly take a timeout. 20-16 the score right now. Well, Humboldt was up by 9 at one point. 19-10 as it looked like they had it put away, with the Bulldogs on a 6-1 scoring run right now. And that 3rd set when you're up 2-0 is always a tough one to win. The pressure's on you to try to close it out, and the Bulldogs have done a nice job here at home just trying to creep back into it gradually in the 3rd set. Won't be enough, we'll wait and see, but Bulldogs are certainly not rolling over here in this 3rd set, down 2-0. As again, Humboldt won the 1st set 25-18, took the 2nd 25-14, and after an early Bulldog lead here in the 3rd set, Humboldt went on a big run. Again, got that 19-10 lead, but now the Bulldogs have it down to 20-16. Paige Schmidt serving. Schmidt serving right to left. Floats one over the top to the Humboldt side. Gieber hits it back into the center to Beach. Free ball over the net to Perry on the Algona side. Schmidt sets it up. Price taps it over. And there's another point for Algona. Tipped a couple of times by Humboldt, but that was one where everyone crept up to the net. Price floated it over the top. One of the players in the front line for Humboldt had to turn 180 just to hit that one with their back to the net. And it shot out of bounds as the Bulldogs now down by 3, 20-17. Schmidt serves to Beach. Becker sets it up. Wempen tips it over, and there's a point for Humboldt. Oh, big point there from Wempen. Everton and Price were setting up in the center to block that one, and Wempen just guided it over to the right to make it 21-17. And that'll be Addie Thompson. Thompson serves to Van Otterloo. That ball's heading out of bounds, and there's an ace. Thompson picking up another ace, and it's 22-17 Humboldt. So Wildcats 3 away from closing out the Bulldogs. Algona will have to find a way to get Thompson off of the serve. Thompson, line drive to Van Otterloo, hits it to Perry. Now it's Efferton. Efferton into the back row to Beach, scrambling towards the line to get it. Now Gieber, free ball over the net, back to Algona. Schmidt to the near side, Efferton hits it, but it's into the net. 23-17 in favor of the Wildcats.
Put on the headphones.
So Thompson again trying to take it herself and close it out. Up 23-17, line drive serve. Van Otterloo up to Schmidt, back to Price. Price attacks, pinballs a couple times in the Humboldt defense, but on their third hit they get it back over to Algona. Schmidt to the near side, Efferton pushes it over, and that'll drop in. Lillian Efferton using a little finesse that time to give the Bulldogs a point, making it 23-18. As the sophomore Van Otterloo will serve. Van Otterloo line drives that one into the near corner on the backside. Thompson now to Gieber, blocked the net point for the Bulldogs. Kaylee Carroll with the rejection that time, and it's 23-19. Algona back down by 4, needing to continue this run. Van Otterloo line drive, it tips the top of the net, but Thompson goes to a knee, sliding down to get it. Gieber attacks across the court to Schmidt, and there's a point for Humboldt. Schmidt was backpedaling, trying to get in position, but tough to hit the ball while you're trying to sprint backwards as well, and it's 24-19. Match point for Humboldt.
Beach to serve for the match.
Beach, end over end serve into the back row to Van Otterloo. Schmidt sets it up, attacking is Elsbecker, but that is out of play. Point for Humboldt, and that is the match. 25-19. Final here in set number 3 as Humboldt sweeps Algona 25-18, 25-14, and 25-19 as Humboldt knocks off Algona for the 11th straight time, and the Wildcats clinch at minimum second place in the North Central Conference. Well, we will take a quick timeout and we'll come back and recap this one coming up next on Hometown Radio KLGA.
More Sport Club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill for